Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, welcome back to MotoGP 18 as Mario came so close in America to the victory, but he did score his first points in Moto3. Can he back it up with another solid performance when the Circuito Jerez and goal Nieto? As here goes Mario then for the complete test, doing all three tests in 6 laps as he breaks the speed threshold. For the first of 5 points on this circuit. The objective quite a mile away. I guess that's on the back straight, is it? Could be over 105 miles per hour, so just coming out of that corner. Lean onto the back straight, is it? No. In between the corners. There's all adjusted it, 106. Shows can definitely be more aggressive, I think, then, on the throttle. And there is one on the back straight. Got to beat 124. Going to just do it. 127, not very impressive. And then where are the other 2 points going to be? I'm guessing leading into the final corners 1. But you lifted way too much there. Going with the normal setup as well. Just like Qatar, but with ride height all the way to the bottom. Oh, leading into the double right. As you go through the first part, very slow, very cautious. Look at all that atmosphere in the crowd. They love their flares with the new engine, don't they? You see that a lot in MXGP as well. The crowd's there. So that's very slow. Oh, just done it in the end though. So we're not going to get much bonus points, but there's the first development test done for Mario. He's going to smash the time threshold. It's around a 150 as he's aiming for. So on to the next one, the braking threshold. And that is very early for the first corner. We don't mind that at all. 51.3. It's more going to be 48, so 48, 49s. Top that times. So Mario way behind at the moment. There's Ollie going into this fast corner and he's quicker. Let's see, perfect. We're a bit slow through the corner though. Of course, the next one is again on the back straight, heading into the hairpin. Cul-de-sac corner. Use all that engine braking and some to get it slowed down. But very nicely stopped for Mario. Go for the left slight lift. Probably should be flat out. The next one going into the double rights in next light, yep. So it's the same points, just different test, it looks like. I'm guessing the final one is into the final corner, so 1.4 slower, then foggy over the 48.1. Told you that time should be in the 48s. Could be even be in the 47s actually. So go much better through the last couple of corners. Early, but we still get the tick. Bit wide as well in the corner. Way in towards the line, it should be at least a 49, should it? Yep. So good that time. Good test. And now we're doing the trajectory test. As there's a 47.1 for Martin. Of course it is. As they go into the first zone then. In the first sector. Bit offline though. We kept it in the 90s, that's good enough. Oh, a bit on the power, a bit too early there. And we're going to be much slower this lap. And then the average, you're just trying to follow the line. And that allows Martin by, is that? We're still in the 90s though. That's not too bad as we've got to go down again as well. Just realised that through that corner. We're most definitely good at breaking into this corner. That's promising for the race then. And we have to fight our way through the field. I get the feeling that's what's going to happen. It's all a bit wide, sticking to the line though. 94, that's better. Now the penultimate zone. Through the double right. %95%. That's good. And there towards the final corners. The final zone probably be the front stretch, is it? Looks like it will be. Yep, through the final corner. Just saw the ridge stood up there. Good thing we've got riders down there inside actually. That kind of forced us back onto the trajectory we needed to as 3 from 3. And we can look at the results here. So all in the 90s. That's good for the trajectory test, speed trap tests. +1 on a couple, not that good. And then for the braking test, almost perfect. So Martin's at the top in 3 practice 1 ahead of Cadet Andella, Porter, Antonelli, Alonso Lopez on home turf in 5th, making it 3 Spaniards in the top 5. Then you've got Suzuki, Bezecchi, Tuba, Hotel, and Gabriel Rodrigo ran out of the top 10. There's McDonald down in 26th, 2.6 seconds off the pace of Dal Binder at the back on the KTM. Very surprising to see that, but I'm sure, along with Mino, Nuruddin, they will improve. Dijan Antonio, teammate of Martin down in 27th, they will improve. So Rican goes on. Let's see what they do in qualifying. So here goes Mayo then for the first of 3 qualifying laps. Let's see if we can do it on the first one or the second one like he did on Circuit America's last time out. Go for the first corner. So difficult to break for that corner and this corner downhill. Just skipping over that curb. Lots of lean angle. Got to remember that. Also got to remember to lift at the exact right point for the corners as he's 2 tenths down. Goes a bit wide in the right hander. I know that's kind of the line as well. Gonna making it 2 apexes. Or 8 apex, should I say. I can see 7 tenths down though after the first couple of sectors. That's not good for Mario. And oh, very wide in the left. Kicking up the dirt, just about stays upright. And they go for the next left. This is not the best lap for Mario. Goes into the first right. He has gained. Just 6 tenths down now. How has he gained in that sector? He was absolutely horrible. They go for the double right. Virtually flat out. And into the final corner. Looking up that apex, using all of the exit curb. It's going to be a 49.6. Needs to find some time, does Mayo. I mean, that's only half a second faster than he did on the Red Bull Rookies kart bike. So definitely time on the table for the San Marino rider. Oh, once again messed up that left-hander. He's faster, but still, he's lost a couple of tenths in that corner. So he's right there on the first sector. Pace rise, he just needs to hook it up. And look at Dijan Antonio, 47.3. It's now Mayo a second back. I don't get how he loses almost a second in one sector there when it's just one corner. Straight line speed is not too bad with acceleration, at least. So maybe got to look at that in the settings for the race. Accelerate through the double right. Clipping all that curb on the inside. He's setting PBs, Mario, this lap again. As he takes that right-hander flat out. Stewards may look at that after the qualifying session. For the time being, it's okay. A much smoother run going on to the start-finish straight for his final lap now. Mario gets into the 48. That's more like it. But it's virtually the 46s he has to be in. Look at that for Martin, 47 flat. As Mario's hooking up apexes, just not got the speed, unfortunately, on this bike round. This Jerez circuit. So there you go, that's much better through that left-hander. Oh no, it's not quicker. What the hell? So he screwed up that corner for 2 laps. That's quicker than actually making that corner properly. Okay. As it go on to the back straight, now he's going to be over a second back. Oh, it's a personal best. Oh, he's been hit wide. What is this idiot doing? On his final effort. Been smacked by a Japanese rider, I think that is. One of the Honda Team Asia riders. Oh, now he's compromised Mario's line. Get out of here. They're setting PUBs, but look at this. This is ridiculous. This is qualifying. We've got someone who wants to race. Okay. Mario doesn't mind racing. Go for the right-hander. Into the final corner, cut some grass. Martin with a 46.7. And for Mario, 49. So Jorge Martin at the top on home turf ahead of Arnold Canet and Bastianini rounding out the front run. His Leopard ahead of Di Gianantonio, Della Porta and Antonelli, all Italian second row. Then Alonso Lopez leads the third row, Suzuki and Sasaki. And then Bisecchi rounds out the top 10 of Tuba and Nuruddin. It's Otel, Mino, Rodrigo, Arbolono, Foggia, Kornfeld on the 6th row. In Bulliger, McPhee, Dalbindo in 21st on the 7th row. In Kazakhstan rider Yurchenko. Then you got Loy in 23rd ahead of his teammate with Marcos Ramirez. Running out the 8th row ahead of Meza. Masaki, Albert Arenas. And it's the Thai rider and McDonald at the back. 2.2 seconds off the pace. But it means he's 29th and last. Hope he doesn't finish there in the race. As here we are looking at the grid. We can see the Spaniards at the top, and the home fans are ecstatic about that as we look through the field. Everyone on soft tyres. As we look right at the back, there's line 23rd for Vintia. And there is McDonald right at the back alongside the Thai rider.
Just a few moments to go until the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. These riders know it will be vitally important to take the first curve perfectly.
So here's McDonald revving up at the back, waiting for the lights to go out. As they're underway for this 7 laps round, Jerez. And he's not got the best start. Let's head towards the first corner. It's not going to be making up any positions. Maybe into the second one, though. It is very tight. Tristy in front. Here's McDonald ahead of the Thai rider. That's ambitious. But it pays off. Now he's on the dirt. Now he's on the dirt again. He gets past Arenas, though. Ahead of Masaki. It's now into the right-hander. You can see it's a battle royale that's opening up. It's got McPhee up to 90 ahead of Binder. Masaki behind, making a move on Arenas. McDonald forgetting to change gears. With a good slipstream. Gets ahead of Mesa, Spanish rider. up in the 25th, and you can see Liveroy in front, battling like a hell as well on his Avintia. As he go into the left-hander. They're not close enough to dive down the inside of his teammate. You've got Lopez and Sasaki battling for 11th. And with a little look into the right-handers, Martin takes the lead from Bastianini. Might be the last we see of the Grassini rider this race. And look at Loy, he's battling very hard with Bulliger. On Bulliger slow, Loy slow. Here comes McDonald down the inside of both of them. Up in the 23rd. And into the final corner, trying to make it 20 seconds. He does, he gives a little nudge to Ramirez, but makes it through onto the second lap. It's Martin Bastianini, Canet, Della Porta and Di Gianantonio, your top 5. So all over the back of Lyachenko. As he go into the right-hander. Hooking up that curb. Just about works out. He makes the move again. That corner up to 21st. There's Tuba up to 8th ahead of Bezecchi. I know briefly. Because now we've got Dowell Binder next on the list. The works KTM rider. Brother of Brad, former Moto3 champion. For KTM, currently rides for them in Moto2 as Canet's ahead of Bastianini. A bit briefy. You can just about see that in the distance. Here we go. Binoculars out. Through the hairpin. 7 tenths behind. Riders in front. He's just ahead of Loy's teammate. There's McDonald. But after battling for the win last time out in America, this is pretty disappointing to be battling just to score points. Obviously, the Avinta machine not as well suited to Jerez. Despite this being a form of haunt. And this is where his journey began, remember, the Red Bull Rookies Cup, as he's gaining massively on McPhee. As through the fast right, gets down the inside of the Scot. And looking to the outside of Binder into the Jorge Lorenzo corner. But the South African holds on as we go on to the 3rd lap. It's 3 wide in front. Martin 7.47, McDonald 48. That's more like it pace, right? How was this in qualifying? Let's see if we can make a move into his favourite right-hander. Oh yes, down the inside of Binder for 19th. The Tyrrell gets past Bullock, having a wretched season on his VR46 machine. We've got Arbolino in front in 18th. There's all McDonald a bit scattershot on the throttle out of that corner. Poor run heading on to the back straight. On this 3rd lap, we've got long races, 7 laps. It'll be interesting to see how the tyres hold up at the end. Because we thought they would fall apart in Argentina as well. Normally a track that's tough on tyres, but they were pretty good. Well, could be very consistent at the end of that race. In the second half of it. And Kota was pretty strong on tyres. I know he did have the medium rear. So we'll see how they do around a track, which again traditionally is hard on the tyres. Jerez, as he's just about keeping up this battle in front for the final points playing positions. Normally good for that right hand, had to take a slight lift on this occasion. Into the final corner, hooking up that apex. Not carrying too much apex speed though, it's a bit disappointing for McDonald. As we go on to the 4th lap, it's Martin, Canet, Bastianini, Della Porta and Di Gianantonio. The top 5. McDonald in 19th. You can see our point right in front. Unfortunately for him, he seems to be lapping the same pace as the guys in front, not quicker. We've got Masaki behind battling. There's good battling happening behind for McDonald. We go for the left slight lift. And hard on the power, you'd see 8 tenths behind Arbolino. And he's got Moto3 veteran John McPhee behind him, right on his tail. Here's the Brit. Let's see if he gets the slipstream heading into the hairpin. Doesn't look like it at the moment. And there he is, peeking his nose in. Now he's a second behind the Spaniard, is McDonald. So halfway through this race, it's just quieted down in the middle part. There's all the rear starting to be upset a bit. And the tyre doesn't look to be that bad looking at the bottom right. So we'll see if this is just because McDonald has to push to stay ahead of McPhee. And it's like Arbolino's finally passed Foggio in front. Well, McDonald maximising all of the corners and runoff. So go a bit early on the power, that's not too bad. As Martin ahead of Canet, Bastianini, Della Porta, Di Gianantonio are still your top 5. Foggio 7 tenths in front. McDonald said mid 48s. That's not bad pace rise. He's not slowing down at the moment. It's nice and smooth on the power through the right, then through the left, flat out. Then virtually fell out through the next left side lift. As he's 6 tenths behind, he's gained on the riders in front. Unfortunately, not quite slipstreaming mode though. We have to we have to really duck down to get some slipstream here. Remember, we've still got McPhee on our arse as well. Actually, it's Adoy on our arse. Got his teammate coming to play. His tubes ahead of Bezecchi for 8th. To go through the left-hander, using all of the curbs. As you can see, just having to check up on the throttle slightly now. But really chucking his Moto3 bike into the corners as he goes a bit wide on the exit. Well, he's half a second ahead of Lloyd. His teammate shouldn't be dive bombing him. At the moment, at least. We'll see on the next lap. He's having to lift through corners now through that fast right. For the final corner once again, nice and early on the throttle. As looking at your top 10, still very similar. Antonelli in 6th, Suzuki in 7th, Tuber in 8th, and Bezecchi. Oh, McDonald into the 49s. Need to up that pace on this penultimate lap. There's Mino ahead of Rodrigo for 12th. A bit briefly, you can just about see that battle in front. We'll go through the left. Oh, that's much better lifting early. Again, just a couple of tenths slower than Foggio and Arbolino at this stage compared to the previous lap. He's got Lopez ahead of Bezecchi now. He seems to be dropping back. The Italian. Normally it's when you're expecting to push on. Obviously not working out for him. Smalled out of the hairpin. Got Mazer up to 26th. And now the tyre rider fights back immediately. We go through the left. Just have to get on that throttle. Back end will have to comply. As he's really trail braking into the corners, McDonald. That's a second back of Foggio, and again trying to get on the power early. Gets a warning this time. Tyre's a bit roasted now. Oh, that's better through the fast right, virtually flat out on this occasion. It's out the final corner, heading on to the final lap. It's Martin, Canet, Bastianini, Della Porta, Di Gianantonio, Antonelli, Suzuki. in the top 7. McDonald dips back into the 48s. He's pushing. And so he's not too far back off again. They've caught back up to that lead pack for the final. Of course, on the final lap, it happens. Just pushing so hard, McDonald. Oh, it just does not work out. He's down to last. He's behind Arenas. So from first, he's now back into last. He's gone from hero to zeros, McDonald. And another last lap full. And the tyres aren't too bad. Pace hasn't suffered too much at all. And now we've got Bergheader Binder for 21st. South African and Italian sure to have fun on this final lap, like other riders. So they're hooking up that left-hander beautifully. And through the right, maybe been playing that corner all wrong in this race. Should have maybe kept it in second instead of dropping down to first all the time. All catching up to Arenas. As Martin wins just ahead of Canet. Sure the home fans are very happy. And McDonald ends with another fall. Yeah, that's not the best race in the end. I'm surprised they gave us a reward for that performance. As Canet was half a second behind Martin, with Bastianini around out the podium ahead of his teammate Della Porta. And DJ Antonio rounds out the top 5 ahead of Antonelli. In Suzuki, Tuba and Alonso. Look at those 47s. And Bezecchi in 10th, ahead of Nuruddin, Rodrigo, Mino. Sasaki and Otel grabs the final point just ahead of Kornfeld by a few tenths of a second. As at the back is McDonald with a 48-1 that time rise. Let's look at that. That's comparable to the points getters. So definitely had the pace for points, just didn't get them in the end compared to his teammate Loy, finishing in 19th in the end. Not too bad for the Belgium. As looking at the Riders' Championship, Martin leads by 17 points ahead of Canet, and they're way ahead of Bastianini, who's up to third now, ahead of Della Porta by a couple of points. Mino rounds out the top 5 now, with DJ Antonio in 6th. Suzuki up to 7th ahead of Bezecchi. Then Rodrigo in 9th. And round out the top 10 is Alonso Lopez. And you've got Tuba Antonelli on the move. Otto going down, so is Sasaki. Nuruddin up to 16th level on points, with McDonald, who remains in 15th. And it's 22 riders score points so far this season. And looking at our rewards, reputation's gone way down. Get some development points, and he's up the levels, up to 48 for riding position, brakes management, throttle management, and lean and angle. As we look at the breakdown, there's where all those negative reputation points came from. As we look at who won in MotoGP, it was Dovizioso ahead of home heroes Marquez and Vinales. In Moto2, Baldassari ahead of Alex Marquez and Bagnaia, but it's not an all-Italian sweep as Martin Canet and Bastianini. And in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, it's a Turkish rider ahead of Carrasco and Tatai. So only one win for the Spaniards in the end, and they got podiums in every single race. So let's look to bike development then, as we've got quite a lot of points in the locker. So, engine development. Do we increase the power? I think we do. And I think we increase the power again. Or do we? I don't know what to use for that final slot. For brakes, definitely got to start improving those. So let's add one to each.
And we've got 10,000 there. So for suspension, or do we improve the frame? Because the rate of descent of the bike when cornering makes the bike react faster when steering. Definitely need to improve that stiffness heading to Le Mans then. And we've got 3,100. It's not quite enough to improve the suspension, but everything else has now got at least one level. So for McDonald, he's hit rock bottom in his Moto3 career after 4 races. Can he somehow work his way forward in the next race around the Bugatti Le Mans circuit in France? I'm sure he can, because that's the only way up, isn't it? I'm not sure if he somehow crashed on the opening lap, though. That's probably even worse. But I hope you enjoyed the disappointing performance of Mario today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.